.com, and you can get our newsletter all the time, and I can speak into the microphone all the time.
I'm a mic stand.
Anyway, we have calendars for September right now, and by the end of the week we'll probably have October ready. And in October you'll find people like Deepak Chopra. So keep looking. Tomorrow night we have Jeff Maitland, whose book is Mind, Body, Zen. He's a rolfer from this area, and it should be really good. David Abram, who wrote Becoming Animal and Earthly Cosmology, is on Wednesday. And Dr. Gladys McGarry, who is regarded as the mother of holistic medicine, is Thursday night. And I think she's a natural treasure. She's a natural treasure and a national treasure. She's a wonderful woman. She's turning 90 this year. And she goes to Afghanistan and trains doctors there still. She's pretty heavy duty. Anyway, so that's something that's going on here.
I have a Deepak Chopra story for you.
Sure.
Just a quick one before we start, is that all right? So we were going to have Deepak Chopra on my children's television show in Australia. And so we started pitching him through Hay House, the guy who runs it, very, very nice, about things he could do that were more childlike than you might normally see Deepak Chopra do. And we ultimately settled on what he would do is that we would go to his hotel, which was the Hilton, and we'd get those Razor scooter, the scooters that children, yes, and we'd bring a whole bunch of kids, and we'd have Deepak Chopra versus the kids having races down the corridors of the Hilton.
You didn't ask him, right?
Well, actually, then I went and met him about it, right, in the green room somewhere. And have you spent time with him?
No, I've just met him at book
signings. He's
pretty serious.
strongly intelligent, strongly serious, strongly spiritual. And so I sort of said, thank you, I'm interested in coming on the show. And he sort of said, I'm not sure that I can actually go down the corridor on the scooter. And I said, what is the spiritual problem? He said, no, I might fall off. So he didn't come on the show.
Oh, no.
But he was very childlike, but just not in a way that meant getting up and doing something childish.
So you wouldn't let him on the show?
No, he didn't get on.
Ooh.
He wasn't... Anyway, that's my little Deepak Chopra story.
Yes.
He was very nice.
I'm not going to mention that story when I see him.
No, please don't. I don't remember that guy.
I have a Razor scooter right now.
Really, no threats. So our guest tonight is Tim Levy. He is an experienced writer, producer, and director. And he's now written a book, The Life Summit. Map out the life of your dreams in 6 easy steps. He maps the way that I have found in my life is a very intuitive way of mapping. So I was impressed by seeing those little maps in there. So, she's quick.
Wow! TM, ladies and gentlemen.
It is a practical, everyday process that incorporates the profound principle of the law of attraction into your lives in a measurable, business-like way. Now, is this about business or a business-like way?
It's not about business at all, really. Okay. That's the second book called The Life Summit for Business. But this is more about your own perfect life. And it's about clarity on what's important to you, which is something that we generally don't think about or talk about. It's just that I've taken tools I learned in business and applied them to a quite airy-fairy type topic. And it was when I did that, those two things in combination, that amazing things started to happen. One or the other didn't work. It was the together that made it happen. So, but I'll talk about that.
Okay, so Tim Levy's life has included being a consultant and a CEO in Australia and America. Now, the next thing was releasing children's car kids albums in the ABC. I didn't know what that meant.
So the ABC in Australia, you think of ABC as a television network, right? Do you know the television network NPR? Right?
Yes,
that's radio, actually, isn't it?
Radio.
And then there's one called the BBC. PBS, thank you. PBS. In the UK, it's called the BBC. And in Australia, it's called the ABC, the Australian Broadcasting Commission.
Oh, got it.
And in Australia, they are the largest, well, almost the only producer of audio anything.
Really?
And they have stores everywhere. And that's why that means nothing to you, but something to me.
And I left it off in my notes because I went,
what is that?
What this is.
It's not impressive. That's silly. All right.
So also he has written and published children's books with Random House.
You've heard of them?
Yes,
All right.
definitely. It was probably Random House UK though, right?
No.
Okay. He co-founded, I was going to say confounded.
I think I did, somewhat.
A not-for-profit environmental group where he created the Australian International Solar Boat and hydrogen car challenge programs, which raised over $1 million in sponsorship funds in just 3 years. And he built the event from nothing to over 150 teams competing at its peak. So I'm not going to say anything else that I have written down here about your work because you're going to say it. So I'm very pleased to present to you, Tim Levy.
Thank you.